Are you all in, Luke? Listening? Good. So if we have a problem, where can we solve the problem in the organization? Because that's the big question. Because what I see people try to do all the time is they go out to the edge and then they try to solve the problem out there. Meaning that you don't have the growth in your organization that you want, and what people always do is that they go out and try to fix the brand new people so that the brand new people would then create growth again. Here is the problem. If we go out to the edge to solve the problem, it means that we're just starting to train random new people. The problem has to be solved at the core. And the core, who is that? In our business. In your business, who's the core? Who? It's yourself and who else?
Top leaders.
Your key leaderships. And who is included in your key leadership? Who's your key leadership?
Me.
Yeah, we said you. You're a key. Who is your key leadership in your business?
80% producers.
Well, it would be, depending on your rank, you would have to go through, and eventually your key leadership would be the 30 people that produces the most of your volume. So that would be your, if you're a royal crown, that would be your crowns. It would be your directors, and probably not any of your diamonds, but it would be crowns and directors. If you're a crown, it'd probably be directors and diamonds, plus everyone you're the personal sponsor of. So your key leadership is top leaders and personal sponsored partners. So this is where we got to start adjusting the problem, because in that case, they can go out to the rest of the team, and when the rest of the team understands how things are going to operate, eventually it will have a result at the edge, and it will have a result at the edge without you actually being involved, which is the only time you can get a whole organization to change. Because if we're going to be involved in every single action, and we have a 5,000 customer organization, guess how many meetings you have to do on the edge before you turn around the organization? That's 3 or 4 years worth of meetings, so everyone in the middle and the core will die before you're done. And this is why we go back to my own name list. My fear of booking the people from the name list so that I can grow confidence. Opening our eyes up to a viewpoint that I have all the context that it takes to build this business right now. I don't need to get to know new people. I don't need to search for that. All I got to do is go back to my name list and then sit down with the top leaders and then actually say, hey, let's take a look at our name list today. And then let's book 10 meetings. So if you gather your top leaders in the room, either one-on-one or as a group, and you say, it's time to book meetings, and you've got your crowns and you're a director there, and for most of you, that would be 15, 16 people. And they're in that room, and you say, so the task now is that we're going to book 10 meetings. And we're not leaving this room until everyone has booked 10 meetings. This is when the crucial conversation comes in, and we can start addressing the real problems of why our business aren't growing. But if we never take the time to do this, and this would also involve then a second meeting with those that you're the personal sponsor for, because those you are supposed to take care of, and have them book 10 meetings. When we take care of that, and they have booked meetings, well, guess what? Then they will go to their team, and they will now be able to solve the problem. But I firmly believe that I'm not able to help somebody solve their problem if I haven't solved my problem in the same area. So I think this is where the restart happens from this meeting, is that we actually go back home and we start with booking 10 of our own meetings, and then we call the meeting where we get everyone in the organization working. And this only goes for the people that needs to turn around their organization. So for those that grew with 5,000 customers the last year, well, you can do it if you feel like it, but you probably don't have to do this because it's probably working at the edges. That's why we built 5,000 people last year and had a net growth of 100%. But if it's not growing, then you start at the core, and eventually the effect, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months from now, will come out to the edge. So, of course, when that's done, then the team, if there is like 10 people in the middle here that does 10 meetings, that's 100 new meetings in the middle. And then they probably have their 10 each, so that's 1,000 new meetings in the team, based on the key leadership of your leaders, so their core. And then on the edges, that would lead to probably, if you had a 5,000 people organization, it would probably be 3,000 to 4,000 more meetings out here. And if this is facilitated the way I just talked about it, that's a 3-week operation to get several thousand meetings booked in an organization. And if you have several thousand meetings going on in October, guess what? I think that you will have customer growth again. Even if 400 would drop out, you added 1,000 based on a 25–30% sign up, and eventually we will be out there. So this is the basic thing, and then we lead into the customer demonstration with Hilda that we've already seen. And then we lead into the short presentation. And one of the conversations that you will discover is that people aren't confident about how they do the meetings. That's why they do it on the edges with people they don't know, instead of doing it at the core with their best contacts, because they're confident about what they're doing. So, who is going to do a short presentation for me? Do we have any volunteers? I mean, this is somebody that has not seen me do it in the last 14 days, including the Icelandic group. They saw me a couple of days before that. So who wants to do that? Who is really good at doing a short presentation in the room?
Yes,
There was like, no, I'm a royal crown, but I don't know how to do the short presentation. Okay, you're up. Come on. I'll get you a chair.
Nice start.
Okay, all the way through. Okay. I'm so excited here. This is exciting.
I got you.
Yes. Can we sign you up? You have coffee? Perfect. What do you need to do the short presentation?
So I'm now presenting you the business.
Yes, I'm brand new. I've never seen this before.
Hello.
Yeah, but before we do that, I'm not that friendly. What material do you want from me to do the short presentation? What do you need?
I use only InfoSinzino. Partners start kits will be here in, you don't see them.
Okay?
No express start, balance presentation, nothing else.
Okay, so that's what you want. Perfect. Now he's got all the tools that he needs. Just making sure that he has everything away. So I'm brand new. Instead of spending 45 minutes and talking about finding my needs and all of that, I'm going to give that to you so we don't have to, so we can skip that part. And we're going to start where you open up the actual presentations. You don't need a foreplay, okay? What I like money. I'm interested in my health. I use a lot of health products, and I have pretty good finances, so I can buy whatever you have to sell me. I should be the easiest prospect that you've ever had in front of you.
Okay, I will show you just very quickly, like basic of the company, like how you really can trust on this very fast-growing company. Also the product, that you can have so much benefits, not only you but many of your friends. Also the system, how this is like very fun to work with and quite easy also, and also the money part, how you can benefit on financial ways.
Okay.
Yeah. So have you ever heard about Sinzino?
No, no, maybe my mom used some products, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So let's start with the company. Now we are in 33 countries. So we started from Sweden, but there we have been growing last 10 years, and we are in pre-launch in Europe at the moment. So you can actually build business in quite many countries if you have contacts. And what I like also, we are a public company, so I heard you are an investor also, so maybe it's a good way also benefit on taking shares of the company, but that's a different side then.
Okay.
But what we really do here, so you can really trust the company, and I will send you all the details so you can check everything's okay in your mind. But of course the most important is product. And the product here, maybe I don't go through the product presentation.
No, sure, exactly. I'll ask you to fast forward.
Yeah, yeah,
and
okay,
need
so-
more information.
Yeah, so now I have the same questions that he'll ask.
Okay, I already gave you the benefits, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can explain me the product.
Yeah. So yeah, as you know, those omega-3s, we just had a discussion about it, and omega-6s. The balance history, what we have here in DNA, we have 1-to-1, both omega-6 and omega-3. 50 years ago, the food that we were eating was much healthier. So we got 4-to-1, so 4 times more omega-6. That was very good. But this is the problem that we are talking about here today, and we got to 12 times more omega-6 in our diet.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not only this fast food, but it's like ready-made meals and processed foods and that kind of stuff. And 5-to-1, that is a recommendation from the health government. It should be actually now more omega-3 and less omega-6, so we would have the 5-to-1 balance. But the solution in our concept is that we are quite lazy people. We don't want to do big changes in our life. We found out that there was one product that actually gave 3-to-1 balance, only taking one product daily.
So this is the only product in the world where
No,
you can
no,
get
no,
3-to-1
no.
balance.
Maybe not, but we found out that this is very good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not the only, so I can buy other products doing the same thing.
Well, there is some products that might have the same benefits, but this might be the best one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a fish oil and olive oil, and with that you can get the 3-to-1 balance in 120 days.
So I can just have fish oil and olive oil and I get 3-to-1
Well,
balance.
this fish oil is around 10 times stronger than the fish oil that you buy from the shops if you take the ingredient list. And the olive oil is also very strong, and it's mixed together, so if you eat 1 kilo raw salmon every week, then you can fix it with
Okay.
salmon. Or you can take very good extra virgin olive oil, virgin with high polyphenols, like 1 liter per month.
Okay.
So then you might get it.
Okay.
But this is one solution. Maybe
Okay.
it's easier.
Okay.
So I have taken the product already 4 years, and it's working very well. But how can you know the balance? Have you tested it before?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So that's why we have this. I always have actually the blood test and bottle with me,
Okay.
so I can actually show them.
Yeah.
So with test, you can actually test yourself.
Okay.
And we have been tested 150,000 people already. And as you can see, 75% are in 12-to-1 balance.
Okay.
And here's many people who are saying they are eating well.
Okay.
So you were saying that you were taking omega-3s daily, and those people, we have 20%. So it's 30,000 people. They have only 7-to-1. So 3 major reasons is that the fish oil, if you take 1 or 2 capsules, it's not enough. The dosage is too small. Second one is the product quality. As you know, there's a lot of different qualities.
I take from Lucy.
Okay, that's a good quality. They have the GMP standard.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but still, then it's the oxidation. This is in English a little bit harder for me, but when you take the normal fish oil, it's going to take 3, 5, 8 hours. It doesn't go into your cells.
Okay.
So-
Even a good quality one like this.
Well, it's the same with normal fish oil because it hasn't got the olive oil what we have here. So the olive oil is actually giving you 35 hours, so it will go deep into the cells.
Okay.
the fish oil.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why we are using olive oil, even if it's Lucy's fish oil.
Mm.
You're smiling. You like me. But anyway, some of the people are having 3-to-1 balance.
Yeah.
Very good diet, very good supplements,
Yeah.
healthy genes or whatever, good for them. But still 95% actually would need a better balance.
Okay.
So after using 4 months of our product, we make a second test. So
Okay.
with first test we can see, and second test, 95% of the people who have used our oil have got the 3-to-1 balance.
Mm.
And then, of course, I know you like these statistics and numbers and so on, so we can really prove it works. But the most important, what I ask you, after 1 month, how do you feel? What about your sleep, your skin, your mental, your exercise? Have you seen any benefits on that? So most of the people will see a lot of benefits after 1 or 2 bottles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I don't?
Well, 4 months, we have the second test. So we can still look the test results, but most of the people will see benefits.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't, let's talk more then.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have also the official European Food Safety Authorization
Okay.
benefits.
So you can fast forward now
yeah.
to where you strike the deficiency.
Yeah. Also, I go through a little bit about lean shake and so on. So yeah. But with this product, because now you really want.
I know that girl.
Yeah. These are actually, when I go this info, it will always go to this, and I will have to say like these are the founders. They are very successful in life.
This trash.com.
Yeah, but now he actually took the lean shake and now he's 20 kilos less. And the wife also likes him much more.
That was a good one.
Good argument.
Yeah. Is it
I
true?
don't know, I don't know.
Sign me up.
But it's a good one. Anyway.
It's a marriage counseling.
Yeah. So with the product, what is interesting that most of our customers will actually want to make a subscription.
Okay.
And of course, when we talk about business, if you have a subscription, you will start to get passive income every time when they pay the invoice. And why our customers are happy, most of the customers after 12 months are still active, which means that they need to have some benefits that the product is really working. But you need to try it, really. I believe that.
Well, I don't know yet.
Okay, we can talk more. But anyway, most of the people are active customers. I told you a few things about the company.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions regarding the product or the company?
Do you have any scientific reports on the product?
Yeah, I can send them to you. Yeah, because I know you like to read them.
Yeah.
And also the financial report, so you can check how the company is doing,
Okay.
because you are interested on that. Target is 1 million customers. Now we have a little bit less than 100,000, so you understand the timing. We are just in the beginning, but still 10 years of the business. So this next 5 years, when we hit 1 million customers, it's going to be interesting.
And how do I know that?
Are we going to hit 1 million, you mean? Well, you just will see it. If we look on the growth that we have had, it's going to be 1 million. Trust me, friend. So, the distribution channel, as you know, have you heard about direct sales or network marketing before?
Pyramid schemes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have heard about them?
Yeah, isn't that like Herbalife, where they push you a lot of diet products and stuff like that?
Well, there is pyramid schemes with money games and financial games and that kind of stuff, and there is also old network marketing companies where the companies they say that the partners who join the business, they need to buy 3,000 or 5,000 euros of products every year. So the business for the company is partners ordering the products. In our business, the customers who are paying the invoice, that's the business for company. Actually, our partners mostly, they get their products for free. So it's a totally different business model.
Mhm.
But I also had memories 5 years ago about friend doing that and friend doing that. So I didn't like that kind of business. But this is totally different.
Okay.
But the product goes directly from warehouse to your customer. So you don't give the product to your friend, you don't take
Okay.
money. Yeah, so it's a new model on
Okay.
this channel. Yeah. But Zinzino for free means that you can get your products for free.
Mhm.
Also, all the products.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's very good. If you see that product is good, you might refer all that to others.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you have a lot of friends who want to save money. Yeah.
Yeah. At least a lot of friends that want to spend money.
Yeah, that's good. But now when you start a business, you are a businessman, you know that most of it means a lot of investing money or employees or marketing materials or a lot of the different things. We have everything ready here.
Okay.
So you don't have to pay any license fees or that kind of money. You just try the product yourself.
Okay.
So you can really see that the product is working. And the nice thing, the company has given a discount for us for the first order.
Okay.
It can be almost half price.
Okay.
So you can buy a very good packages of products, and then I will actually
Okay.
maybe show like.
Go through that sheet, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so for example, the products that we're talking about, and we were a little bit interested in the oil and the lean shake. Actually, we have a package where you have products worth of 1,850 euros. So if you buy them during 1 year or 2 years, that's the price,
Okay.
but you pay it only 949.
Okay.
So almost half price, and you still need all those products.
Okay.
You can try them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go fast forward.
Okay.
But also you have a smaller package. If
Okay.
you don't have so much money, you can have a smaller package.
Okay.
That's totally okay. So we can check out this later, but the system, how we work, you have a lot of contacts.
Mhm.
As we go through, 95% of all the people are having a very bad balance, so they need our product.
Okay.
And overweight also and so on. So 95% is the target group for customers. 5% is like you and me, interested in business, but not only that way, we are looking for the A people, let's say the best people that we know, the entrepreneurs, coaches, trainers, that kind of stuff. So then we help everybody to get started and get forward in this business. And now to the money part.
Okay.
First, you are here. I be like your life coach now, so I'm helping you with this business.
Yeah.
First of all, we actually have a few other people helping also you and do it together with you. There is this and this and this guy, they are very nice and they have a good results and that kind of stuff. First of all, we make you 4 customers because who do we want to help?
Mhm.
The first commission you will get from 4 customers, and we want to give you Zinzino for free also.
Mhm.
Then there might be Tina who wants to have Zinzino for free. Tina is having 4 customers, or they can be all your customers,
Okay.
so customers counted.
Mhm.
Average 200 euros here,
Yeah.
extra 300 euros from here. And you can actually have a 10,000 extra bonus if you have 100 customers.
Okay.
But when we might want to make a little bit more money also, we want to build a team.
Mhm.
So we meet 10 of your very good people with me, and average 2 of those will join the business, few of those will become a customer.
Good.
Yeah. So now when we want to talk about a little bit more money, bigger money, actually it's a duplication process.
Mhm.
So here you saw the silver. Let's help 4 people becoming a silver.
Good.
They are earning few hundred euros, you are making 700. If you want to make this passive, it's 200-300 customers in your team.
Okay. Yeah.
Even if you are in holiday 1 month, they pay the invoice, you will get your commission.
Okay.
Helping 4 people to make 700 a month, or you might have like 800, 1,000 customers, you make 4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Even if you are on 1 month holiday, the customers pay the invoice, you have active partners in your team, you make this around 4,000.
Okay.
We have over 400 people in the company in this.
Yeah.
But this is what I think with you. Let's help 4 people to make 4,000. You make 12,000 euros, you have average 3,000 customers.
Yeah.
So any questions regarding this?
No.
Okay. So, would you like to start doing the business with me?
I think I gotta think about that.
Yeah, sure. Do you have? I will give you all the materials, and maybe we could meet tomorrow again. Quickly, 30 minutes.
Tomorrow I'm going home. I probably need a couple of weeks to find out if this could fit or not. It's a lot of things to read and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, we could have a chat tomorrow evening when you read this InfoSyn's email. If you can have like 5 minutes. The back page is where you can go through.
I don't know. Well, we can talk, but I won't
Yeah.
have read that for tomorrow.
Okay. So, if you are even a little bit interested on the products, you can actually buy the products and start using them, and we can make a plan for you if you want to do it fast or slow.
But I think I gotta research a little bit about
Yeah.
these omega-3s, if there's other products,
Yeah,
like you
sure.
said, that could also give the balance.
Yeah, sure. I will give you all the links and others. So, no hurry.
Okay, let's stop right there. Give him an applause. So, obviously, Mika is a very skilled presenter. Do you guys see that?
Mhm.
He knows all of that. Whenever I throw him a curveball, he survives the curveball. Only time I gave you curveballs was when you did something that is opposing the natural logic of having a person joining. So every time I said something negative, it was because you triggered it. And you'll see that when I do this when 10 different people, I throw them curveballs because I know exactly when we get the objections and when we don't get them. So every time you just say yeah and I follow along, it's because you had a rhythm that didn't cause any friction with me.
Mm.
So, since they're the number 3 team in the company, he probably does this better than everyone else in the room, except from Peter and Finn-Olav and the general in their team, where they have some more experience. He's killing it out there. So there is no question that you might have this work. But was this a presentation that we feel is very easy to duplicate for a new person to do? Aiden?
No, I think it's maybe too much of the information. I didn't recognize the rhythm in how we do it out of the Cincino brochure. That's my first.
Yeah. So this presentation works. So no questions about that. He would have signed me up if I was seeing the business for the first time, so this works. And you probably close about half of the people you sit in front of. Yeah, but probably with this presentation, this is probably the best version of presentations that you've done since you joined Cincino 2. And you feel it, is confident and all of that. Could we agree about that? Now comes the crucial questions. So we have some uplines here. Jari and Tony, do you guys do the presentation the same way?
Oh, we can do presentation.
What is the presentation?
This is a simple yes or no answer.
No, exactly.
Mikko,
80%.
80%. Okay. What about Manu?
My presentation is actually quite similar.
Because yours is quite similar.
Yeah.
And Margus in the team?
Yeah, almost like that.
So that's almost like that. Okay. Good. So there is some duplication in it, which is good, and people do it quite similar.
Mm.
Would you say that most people in your team does the presentation this way?
I would say
Similar.
Yes,
Yeah,
very
it's
similar.
we have duplicated that. I think
This is
quite
about
exactly.
what you duplicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I speak also about coffee, but that wasn't maybe the
But
point.
Mika, do you feel that you did the presentation as you normally do?
Yeah, but the hard part is that we have so much materials, and you need to jump from pages to pages, so it's actually quite hard.
I agree, that's very difficult, and it was not intended to use all of this material to do a short presentation. So when we designed it, and this was what I opened with yesterday, I discovered all of a sudden that even the best of the best of the best wasn't doing a presentation that was easy and duplicatable. And I'm more into having a 30% sign up and having a new person being able to do it after a month or two than having a 50% sign up and have to wait until they're royal crown before they can do it. If you get what I mean. So duplication is somewhat more important than actually if it works. So when I do my presentation, I'm gonna pitch.
But Orjan, do you think that they haven't been able to duplicate it like fast enough, or you know? Because
I think that is a presentation where a new person will stumble and get into a lot of trouble very quickly. Yeah.
Actually, we told new people who are going to make presentations that first few presentations use the 9-minute video, so you can actually check it yourself, and then you can go through this.
So if we go to the bottom of your team, Manu, what's the average sign up for a brand new person that doesn't get support and helps after they've signed their first couple of partners and they go out on their own? What's the average sign up that they have?
yeah, at the beginning it might be quite good because they are so excited, but after a little while,
It's after they've signed
Yeah.
before first.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I don't know, it varies between 10 and 30%.
yeah. Which I think is what you would get in the bottom of the team with this presentation. You probably get 10%, 15% turnout. While on the top of the team, you'll still have a very good signing up because it's a very good presenter on the top of the team. Are you with me with that?
Yes.
So what I want to try to do is just, I'm gonna do the presentation back to you. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna establish your needs. I don't have to do the 15 minutes foreplay with you. You can film me
Yes.
like that. She's filming from there. She can film. She can sit. So,
Are you nervous about the cameras?
no. It's just like I want his attention so that he can actually speak back to me in that film. So we did that. We established the know, like, and trust. We established, and that takes me about 15 minutes to establish know, like, and trust, have a proper introduction from the person that invited me to do the presentation. And I always instruct them for a few minutes before they come to the meeting. So if we're not having several meetings in a row, we'll have a chat on the way there so that they know exactly what to say. And one of the things that is important, you can close this one totally. One of the things that is important is that the information that I get about you from my friend that I'm helping doing the presentation, so the guy that actually booked the meeting, I can't use that unless they brought it up in a meeting, and it's going to take me a lot longer time if I have to bring that up from you. So the foreplay is very important, that the people that make the introduction is actually doing a good job. So that's just instructions, and we didn't do that with you, so that was fine. So what is your needs? You like money? Interested in your
Financial
health?
freedom, yeah, good health.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, good. And did you see that he didn't use any of my needs to try to close me? So all of the needs that I told him I had, none of them were used. So you didn't do a need-based presentation. And the second part is that he didn't use the opportunity to create needs during the presentation. So you found the needs, but you didn't use them, and you didn't create any needs for me. But you were a little bit pushy on that I should use the products. You used Salesforce to have me use it. So
Yeah, but normal time I actually ask those things, and I'm not so pushy.
That's why I asked if you were.
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, but it was so fast.
okay. So then the first thing I do, this one is like this. And it's just in rare occasions where the conversation isn't going well that I would show anything like this before. So if the conversation introduction goes well, this is the first page where I will start. If the conversation goes bad, so they're not interested in a business, that's the only time I will show them the cash flow quadrant. So that's a backup page for me. So just you know that. So then I'd use this just to have them come back and want to take a look at business, but then I haven't done my proper work with a person introducing. So this is where I want to start. So are you ready, Mika?
Yes.
So, like we've already talked about, it's a quite exciting business that I want to show to you. One of the things that is really important when we talk about business is to look at the market potential for the products. Because if a product doesn't have a market potential, it's really hard to sell it. Could you agree about that?
Mm.
And the second part is that the established market for similar products is very important that we have a competitive edge. That if somebody is using something like this product from before, that we have some unique selling points, a competitive edge that makes them want to have our product instead of the product that they're consuming today. So one of the things that I was just wondering, are you using any health, nutrition, or health foods? Are you interested in your health?
Yeah. I eat a lot of fish and
Okay.
healthy foods.
Have you ever taken any omega-3s or?
Yeah, also
Yeah.
very good
And,
ones.
and do you know that over 20% of our population is consuming omega-3s?
No.
No, that's the actual statistics that we've found, that 20% is using like omega-3, and people want to be healthy today. Could you agree about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And why do you think people are taking omega-3 and eat fish and stuff like that?
Well, media says it's healthy.
Yeah, and it's healthy fats, isn't it?
Mm.
So the fat in the fish called omega-3 is very healthy. And it's the biggest selling supplement in the world today. It does more business than anything else. So Cincino's lead product is based on that. And we have a very unique competitive edge where nearly everyone that is taking omega-3 from before, after they see our product, they would like to switch to ours because very often they get better results and they also might save money. Because one of the things that has been missed is that the important thing is not only the omega-3, but it's the balance between the two essential fatty acids. One is called omega-6 and the other one omega-3. Have you heard about omega-6 before?
Yeah, it's very good for you.
Yeah, it is. It's life essential, just like omega-3. But what neuroscience has discovered is that there needs to be a proper balance between the two. So if we eat way too much omega-6 and too little omega-3, that's not good for us. So one of the things that we have done is that we have developed a test system where we can test everyone if they're having the correct balance between omega-6 and omega-3. It's a little blood test that is sent to a state-authorized laboratory, so it's not done by us. And we find that 95% of the people that eat healthy like you, that eat fish, that take supplements like omega-3, still don't have the proper balance of omega-6 to omega-3. Now you might wonder, why is this balance so important? Because I haven't told you that yet. And it's important because when we were developed as a human species, we used to eat food that gave us a 1-to-1 balance between omega-6 and omega-3. So our DNA is programmed to work based on a balance between the two. And all the way until the 1960s, the balance was a 4-to-1. So meaning that it was pretty good. It didn't go way out of balance, but from the 1960s until today, something happened. We started buying our food different places. We started eating different kinds of foods. The way we prepare the food changed, and what our food eats actually changed. So if you have like a salmon that is wild caught, that has a very good balance between omega-6 and omega-3, while a farmed salmon actually gets food made by man and this balance isn't that good anymore. And if you talk about, like when we eat a steak, it used to, when that's grass-fed and only eat grass, it's a very good balance between omega-6 and omega-3, while today, when it gets all kinds of man-made food, that balance is much worse. And that has led to, in Europe, to have a 15-to-1 balance between omega-6 and omega-3 in today's diet, which is called by our governments way out of balance, because they recommend us a 5-to-1. Both the Nordic Health Government and the World Health Organization is saying 5-to-1 or better is what we should have. And then we have developed a product that can give you a 3-to-1 balance in 120 days. And also that's what science says is probably the best ratio of everything. So you are using some fish and some omega-3. Yeah. So you hopefully have a good balance. But would you like to take a test like that to find out if your balance is within what the government recommends?
Yeah, maybe. Depends on the price.
Yeah. Well, so the price on the test we can come back to later, but I think it's very nice when we can test. And this is what makes us so competitive. Because if people are already spending like 10 or 20 or maybe even 30 euros a month on omega-3 supplements and they eat a lot of fish, they do this because they want to have a good ratio. And we can offer them this test that makes them see if they are getting the results that they want from the products or not. Then we also have coffee. That's our second product category. And in the coffee segment, our competitive edge is the taste. Our coffee machines and our coffee is actually fairly expensive, but I think that we have the best taste. And of course, don't believe me for this. Next time we meet, I would like you to test the coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, you don't drink coffee? Okay, that's fine. Then we don't have to test the coffee. Do you have anybody in your family that drinks coffee?
Yeah,
Do you think they would like to test it?
maybe.
Yeah, okay. Then maybe next time we meet, we could meet together with them and they could test the coffee.
Okay.
So that you could get verified that what I'm saying is right, that it's actually very good on taste. Okay?
That's okay.
Okay, good. So Sensino, we're a listed company at the Stockholm Stock Exchange in Sweden, in Stockholm. And the 10 first years of the business has been really well. We've grown by nearly 50% a year. Last year was a huge development year, so our numbers aren't that good, but we opened a lot of new countries. So we're now established not in 12 markets like it says here, we're actually in 33 markets, including USA, Canada, all of Europe. So we're a big business today, working in a lot of different markets. And so far, we've gotten a little bit less than 100,000 customers, but the company has a firm vision of reaching 1 million customers within the next 4 to 5 years. So the timing for joining our business today is actually fairly good. Then we run our business in all of these countries from our headquarters in Gothenburg, and we also have a second headquarter in the US to run the American side of the business. And in that support, they'll speak Finnish. If you know anybody anywhere else, like Estonia or something like that, they'll speak Estonian, and we take care of both customers and salespeople there. So all of that is organized. So the thing that makes our distribution model unique is that instead of the traditional distribution, where there is a producer of a product, and in Sensino's case, we actually manufacture most of our own products in our own manufacturing plants. We also have a producer, which we own. It goes through an exporter, importer, a lot of middlemen, and eventually it comes down to you, but then we use a lot of advertising to get you to come to a web store, or we use advertising to get you to come to a physical store, so it's either online or offline. And all of that marketing money is for so that we would buy. We use a slightly different model than this, where we've developed our own model of marketing called Sensino for free. So instead of doing traditional spending money on ads and spending money on celebrities and stuff like that, we give our customer an opportunity that if you became my customer, so let's say that you just wanted to try out our products and get in balance, take the test and stuff like that,
then you could get your products free every month by giving me 4 referrals. So if you like the product and you refer me to 4 people that buys the product, then they become customers of mine, but they create the product free for you. So that's how we get our customer base. But if we become a salesperson, Sensino will pay somebody anyway. So as a partner of the business, you can have your products for free, like I just talked about, and then you can also get paid for it. The only difference between being a customer and a salesperson is that no, you would come along with me and whoever is sitting here, and then we would actually do an on-the-job training so that you learn how we promote and sell the products in the process of getting your own products free. Of course, if we were going to start a normal business, and I know that you have some business experience and stuff like that, as we talked about, before we have an open web shop and we've manufactured a product and we've made all of the marketing materials and we've gotten offices and employees, we could have spent hundreds or at least tens of thousands of euros. The good part here in Sensino is that we aren't starting a business, we're starting a distribution of an existing business. And we get all of these things that we normally spend money on totally free.
But this is like the pyramid model.
Well, what do you think a pyramid is? Could you explain what you mean by that?
Well, you can like have customers and partners in the team, and you can benefit on that.
Yeah, and when it comes to pyramids, you know, there is what we call a pyramid scheme, which is illegal in Finland. Actually, it's illegal in every country in the world. And that is when people just move either products that are overpriced or there is an endless chain of recruiting and there is no real customers ever buying a product. That's a pyramid scheme. We're not that. But if you think about a hierarchy that looks like you get compensation in several levels, we are that, but it's the completely legal model that we do.
But this is like Herbalife or Forever or Amway.
Well, there is many similarities between those companies and us because we both get customers and we both recruit partners. I think one of the things that is good with our company is that our customers have a promotion where they can get their products free. But even better, if you become a partner with us, instead of spending thousands of euros on building a warehouse on products like those companies you mentioned do, you get your monthly subscription free every month based on having customers, and we send you a paycheck. So in our company, partners make money and customers spend money. But in many of the companies that you referred to, the people working with it spend money. And we don't like that. So we're a little bit different.
Okay.
Any more questions about that?
No.
No? So joining is completely free. So you get the business model completely free. But we do offer people an opportunity to buy some product at special prices in the beginning. So we've got the basic body kit, where we have included a training package, where we get 6 hours of CD training on how to do the business. We've got some presentation material, and then we've got our Express Start, which is the manual of how we build a business. Plus, we've added our basic balance kit, which includes like 2 of the basic oils that we have in the beginning. Or actually, it's a 3 to 4 month supply of the oil to get in balance. And then there is that test that you were considering taking that's included in that package. And normally that would be like 322 euros, but you get it for 219 if you come in as a partner. So you get a discount as a partner that customers aren't offered in the same way. And then if you go on a little bit more advanced body kit, and here is some products that I didn't mention to you in the beginning. Then we have the training kit again, and we have the balance kit like I mentioned. But now we have also included a sample of all of the other products that we have. So you get the Synobiotic Fiber, which is a special food for intestinals. And we can talk more about that later. We also got the Lean Shake, which can be used to build the muscles if you exercise, or it could be used to lose weight if you use it as a meal replacement. is one of my personal favorites because I've lost several kilos myself using that product, and that's always nice because you feel better about yourself when you lose some kilos. And then we put in 2 extra balance tests. So your first customers, we can test them right away. So they don't have to wait to get their kit in the mail and stuff like that. So it's very effective when we build a business. We've included travel balance and extend, which is a multi-immune product. And we've included the balance shake, which is the oil in a protein drink. Totally unique product. We're the only one in the world that actually has that. And on this one, you get a 38% discount, so you save even more money. I know you, instead of paying whatever it says here on the little typo, 1,037 euros, you get it for 649 euros. And then we have the ultimate body kit, my absolute favorite one. Training kit, no 2 balance kits. We even have something we can retail to a customer in the beginning if they want to get everything right away. We've included 2 Cinebiotics, 8 lean shakes, and travel balance, and 5 tests, and 2 of everything else that I mentioned earlier. And this is at a value of like 1,800 euros, and you only pay 949 euros. So that's the best offer with a 48% discount. If your wife wanted coffee or your significant other wanted coffee after she tries it, we can do an upgrade for the coffee. And of course, we can also do an upgrade for more training and presentation material if you want to build the business fast.
Yeah, the small package sounds good. I can maybe start with that one.
Okay, yeah, let's get back to that afterwards. So, the way that the business works, do you have a pen?
No.
Does anybody have a pen? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is that we start with brainstorming a contact list of like 100 people. And then the 3 of us sit down and we talk through those 100 to find out 2 very important things. One is, who is the 10 people that would be the easiest to get as a customer on our product, either on some of the health products or on the coffee products. We go out to those that are most likely to buy. Second thing is that we go through your list to find the 10 people that we would like to establish and build a business together with. Then no matter which one of these 2 groups they fall into, we will help them get started. And the customer, we help them to get the products for free. And through getting the product for free, we now get new referrals that also wants to get their product for free if they get results. And as a partner, we help them get the product for free, and we also help them make some money. And that could both be on their own customers and teammates of them that would get a customer. And this leads us to the referral base that will be the biggest part of our business in the future. So the way we make money when you start in Sensino is through commissions. First on customer commissions, then we make it on team commissions, so our team getting customers and making sales, and eventually one day we might end up with something called royalties. I don't know if you know what royalty means, but it's kind of like the dream for many people to get paid for work that we haven't performed ourselves.
Yeah, that's I'm interested. Not so much on basic sales.
Okay, good, fantastic. Yeah. So the way we start the business to make commissions is 4 steps. And in the first step, we learn everything that we need to learn about the business. So we get the 4 customers. That gives you the benefit of now being qualified for the next month of having your own products free. And then we get a 200 euro payment for doing that within 30 days. And it also qualifies us for a mentor bonus of the salespeople we will later, the partners that we will later bring in together. So you get an extra commission of up to 10% on whatever they perform in the future. So that's the first step. Then the second step, also in the first 30 days, is that we help 4 people get started in the business. And of course, the people come from this prioritized list. I come along with you, do the presentations. So you will be watching and learning how you do the customer demonstration, watching and learning how you do the partner presentation as we get the people interested in the business. When we've done that, we will make another 200 euros. And we'll also qualify for something called ECB. ECB is an acronym that is kind of difficult. It's called enrollment credit bonus. But basically what it means is that we double any sales volume in the future, we double your pay on that, as long as you stay on that level. And then in the third step, which we have 60 days to do, so third step of the first step, is X-Team Express. And that is, we already got the 4 customers, so now we could go and get like 6 more customers, either through the customers that you got or personal. And then we get X-Team Express, qualifies us for another 300 euros in commission. And if we miss the ECB here, then we have a second chance of getting that. So here we learn the business. On the next page, I'm gonna show you how we make money on the business. Because this just returns your kind of investment in products, maybe gives you a little bit extra. But in the next 4 steps, or 3 steps, we'll actually see how we make the money. So in step number 2, we just help the 4 people that we enrolled do exactly what you've already done. Get there 4 and get to 10 customers. And creating a volume called Silver every month, you become an executive. And know your income is 500 euros a month based on that, as long as they stay on doing what we just did. And then we pay you a 200 euro bonus to cover expenses. We call it the phone bonus, because sometimes we start the business, we make more phone calls and stuff like that. So our expense runs up, so we get a bonus to cover that. Then in the next step, step 3, we help the same 4 people get the phone bonus. You become a diamond. That's a sales volume of 12,000 credits a month. I haven't explained credits yet, but we'll do that later on. But then you get a payment of about 3,000 euros a month, and then you get 1,000 euros a month for a car bonus. The car has to be black, newer than 6 years, and we put a little Cincino logo on this size on the side of the car to brand it, and that's the base of the payment of the 1,000 euros. So this is a good income, but in the next step, we help 4 people get to that level. You become crown, and you make like 12,000 euros monthly. And this is when we recommend people to go full-time in the business. It's not the ceiling, it's not the maximum you can make, but it's where we think that, okay, now it's time to be a full-time Cincino entrepreneur. So just a quick repetition. This kind of money you make with approximately 300 customers consuming the oil or the coffee or any of our other products. This kind, it's approximately 1,000, and down here there is 3,000 to 4,000 customers. So I've got 2 questions for you, and then, are you right now feeling more like you want to be a customer where I do all the work and you try out the product and you get them for free eventually after I enroll the customers? Or would you like to have the products free and also make some money and become a partner?
Yeah, partner.
Okay, good. So, as a convenience, which one of these kits do you find convenient for you to start with right now?
I think I can start with the 219.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
can.
So that's got the test included.
Yeah.
So you get that product and we can find out your balance and get started today. Yeah? Good. Then I just put them into the computer. And then when I've entered all of the details in the computer, I'm sitting, okay, so before I push enter, just to make sure, based on your financial situation, like if you have the money, I would really recommend you to upgrade to some of these if it doesn't put any financial strain on you or anything like that, because you get so much more value for the products, and I know we can build the business faster if you came in with the ultimate kit or the advanced kit. Would that be possible for you to do?
Yeah, but I don't know if I need the other products.
Well, maybe you don't need them, but when we're going to go and get customers and other salespeople, they might want to try out those products. It's really good to have them as samples and stuff like that.
Maybe I can buy like a few bottles of Lean Shake.
Yeah, and if you buy that in the regular web store afterwards, we give you a good price on it there too, but you will pay like 10-20% more than you're paying today if you upgrade to one of these kits right now. So would you like to pay more, or should we try to put in an order now that gives you the absolute best discount?
Well, maybe I can take this 649 then.
Okay, let's go for that instead. Partner. And I didn't use all of the needs in the closing because I didn't need to. He already told me that he was in on this page, if you guys heard that. So I didn't need to use any closing because he said I'll take the 219 kit. So if he hadn't said that, then I would have put in more of the things that he needed here, but I didn't want to bore him with that because he was already buying a 219 euro kit. Why should I bother him with trying to sell him something that he had already bought? So that's why I changed the closing to make just one simple thing on the test and getting products free. So no, if he has some difficult questions, which might happen, because this was an easy close, could you agree with me? So what is the questions that he could come up with in the end? Well, he could use the time objection.
I have.
Yeah, okay.
At the beginning, when Mika explained the product from the balance catalog, I think it's somehow easier to duplicate because you talk so much from your memory. Randy has said that every time your mouth is open, your hand should show some tool. So there was a lot to memorize.
So what was I not showing directly from the tool that was here?
He was showing the balance, but I didn't got any. Well, maybe I got actually picture. It actually
yeah, but
worked.
if you think about new person who doesn't understand anything about the balance, I like the balance catalog because it has the visual about like certain things.
A new
And-
person can.
And in presentation you have only those little numbers that read 1, 4 to 1, 15 to 1 and so on. So for me it's so hard to think about with the mind of totally new person. Does he really understand?
So when is the new person gonna do the first presentation?
Sorry, what?
When does the new person do this presentation the first time?
And he showed this 1 or 2 or 3 time, and then people.
No.
I have done it with silver.
The new person does this presentation after they've gotten a minimum of 4 customers. So they've seen a customer demo 4 times from me. And they've gotten a minimum of 4 partners into the business. So they've seen me doing exactly this 8 times before they're supposed to do it on their own. And in the meantime, they would be recommended to read Express Start. They would be recommended to see all the information on Cincino TV and so on. And also, before I would let the new person do the presentation the first time, I would do exactly what I did with him in the beginning. I'd say, so your first meeting is coming up tomorrow. We better meet because I want to make sure that Anders here gets a proper presentation. So I would listen to him do the presentation. So if he is struggling that, I would say, okay, so let's have some extra notes for this the first time you do it, so that you can do it properly.
But new people
The reason why I don't bring up this one is very simple. First, it's an extra thing that everyone has to, I know you got to give the prospect 2 things, it doubles your expense. That's why a lot of people don't give away this because it's expensive. So I want to at least take away that argument. And the second part is that I'm not selling him the product. I'm selling him the idea of becoming an entrepreneur. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to prove that there is a market potential for the product and that our product has competitive edge. I'm not trying to make him buy it. The only thing I want to establish is the need of taking the test. And what I do in the needs analysis is the same that I have to do without any paperwork in this one anyways, because that's the conversation that we have cautiously over the table, which Peter wants written down in this one. So if we write it down in this one, then we have to write it down in that one.
But I also think that why that balance is good to have, because every time I use it in the presentation, I also teach to that new person how to do it, because when Mika starts as a partner, he needs to do also the balance presentations like Hilde did. So every time we use that, we
And
teach
every
how to
time
do
you
it.
use that in a business presentation, you train them to become bad salespeople in the customer presentation.
Why?
Because you're doing it differently when you do it to a partner that isn't going to buy the kits that we're selling with this one. So you leave them and then you don't close and you say different things than you do when you're going to do an exact customer demonstration. So the two presentations based on this one now becomes different, or you make this one have a worse closing than what it could have.
But I don't have that experience.
No? It's fine.
But a new person can read everything in that catalog. It's so much easier. She don't must remember everything, because she can read. Here is 2 to 1 and DNA so on and that one. So much easier.
Yeah, but I have used both. When I sold the product first and later the business, it's always happens to people want with the customer. And if I don't sell the product, I only use the info, I get the partner.
So I don't want them to look at this one. I want them to look in my eyes. And I want them to answer my questions instead of getting caught up in a lot of numbers here. Because this is way too much details. They don't need all of this to make the decision on the business. They need to know that we have a product that outcompetes all the other omega-3 products in the marketplace, and 20% of all the people they know use omega-3. That's what they need to know to make a decision on the business. And he is making a decision on the business. He's not making a decision on using the products. That comes as a secondary when he made a decision on the business.
Can I ask
Yeah.
how many person buy for you in coffee machine to right away? Because you don't tell.
Well, he had a limited budget. That's why I didn't. So I was just trying to get him to 649, and then I wouldn't slam him with another 400 euros. If he had said the ultimate kit, then I'd say, great, so should we also add on the coffee? It's also said that he didn't drink coffee himself, so that's why I didn't try to pitch him on that. If he had said, I love coffee, I'd say, okay, you said you loved coffee. At least if you do the 219, let's get you the coffee. I mean, we should really get that one. And then he would say, well, I would have to try it first. I said, no problems, we'll get to try it. We put in the order now, and if there is any problems, I will personally call support tomorrow after we meet again, and you get to try the coffee, and I'll get that taken off your order. Because now I make sure that we get started right away. And he has to meet me again to try the coffee right away.
And I must ask one
Yeah.
question. You have computer and you put it in right away in.
As long as that's possible.
Can I? Because we do a little bit different. We do to contract, yes, and then we go when meeting.
And that's
is end.
totally okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we want to call everybody who we are meeting last week. Are you sure you?
Yeah.
Da da da.
And that's okay. That's okay. That doesn't matter in the closing. It's just if it's a brand new, like I'm posting this as if I have 0 partners and it's my first meeting when I do this presentation for a person. So if it's the first meeting of someone, well, then you might have people you want to put between, which is okay. Yeah. So did you feel that it was easy to say no at the end?
I think this was quite good, but still I wouldn't tell about mentor bonus or ECBs because or deadlines, because sometimes people are, oh, I don't have time for 30 days to do so much, or I actually do it much simpler.
Yeah, and that's okay. The reason why I do it is because I want to just be truthful with them, so I don't get that as a catch-up effect 1 week later. So it's much better that you come up with that objection now than 1 week from now you'll say to me, you didn't tell me that it was only 30 days to make that money. because then I start you at the wrong premises. You understand what I mean? So I just want to get all, but I didn't spend any time on explaining it. I'm just telling what it is, and I don't try to give any details on it. Yeah.
But you say if you do to 4 customers, you say you get it to 200 euros, but it's not true. It's around 2,000 euros.
200 euros, yeah, I would say 1,600 Norwegian kroners if I did it in Norwegian, because that's the number that says here. So I'm just saying what's in the presentation. And yeah, you can make that distinction if you feel that that's difficult to say that, then you could say, well, it's around 200 euros. It's totally okay.
And you say 4 partners?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there is 4 partners written here. So I don't deviate from what's written. I just follow what's written. I don't do anything else than that.
Very good.
And back to you, Manu.
Yeah.
I want to train people using this one when they go out and get their customers. I want to train people using this one when they go out and get their partners. And yes, there is a little bit more advanced skill to use 2 different tools, but at the end of the day, when you have this presentation the way I did it, it's simpler to learn this kind of a short presentation than to learn the one that I originally got from you, which was a good one. It's one of the better I've seen. If you go to the bottom of your team, you'll find that they say a lot of other different things. And I don't need to be so pushy and selling when I do it this way, because I just established that the business is good, there is a huge market potential for our products. And then at the end, I'll close you in on, do you want to have the products free? Or do you want to do, so now if you said, well, I'm not interested in the business, I would just say, great, so let's go for the model where you become a customer, and then I help you get to 4 and you can have free products every month. Would that fit you better? If you turn down the business. Or if he said, well, I don't understand, like, is this some kind of a, if he in the end came up with this sounds like something fishy. Okay, let's just look at this. So customers, we join, they get products free, and then partners, they get the products free and they get paid for it. Where do you see the problem in that? And I said, no, well, I don't see the problem in that, but I've heard about other things. So, what have you heard about? Well, we're not like those. This is a completely unique concept for us. So I get them back to the closing around the few things that I've established in the presentation. If he says, I don't know if I want to use it, then I go all the way back to the beginning. I said, here, we talked about this and you already used omega-3, is that right? So you're spending some money every month and you eat fish, is that right? And when I asked you if you want to take a test, you said, that's very interesting. So I'm just, before we leave this, are you sure that you don't want to find out what your balance is?
And if
And at
he
that,
then said, no, I'm not sure anymore. What are you doing?
well, and then let him answer. Are you sure that you don't want to find out what your balance is? It's very hard to say that you're sure to that, first of all, because then he is, because earlier he said that he wanted to, so now he's gonna lie. So I'm putting in a position where he has the choice of speaking the truth or lying. So what will he choose most likely? Well, no, I'm not sure, but it's a money issue for me. Could be the objection that comes up. Or he says, well, of course I want to take the test. Okay, great. So there is 2 ways we could get the test. One is that we could look at becoming a partner, where we get trained in the business and do the business together, which is what I really would like to do. And then we could get it for 219 euros, the test, 3 months worth of the product, and even the training that we need to get started.
Yeah.
So there is really no risk in it. You already have a discount on the product. Should we try that? That'd be my follow-up. And he said, well, I can't say yes to become a partner today. I say, okay. And then I would fish up the customer brochure from my bag, and I would go over to that one, and I would open it up and say, okay, our customers has a little bit different offers than our partners, because when they become a customer, they have the choice of buying it retail from me, and then a test is 117 euros. And then of course after 4 months to check out your balance and stuff like that, you need another test. And then of course you need the products, and product is 47 euros a month if you buy it retail from me. And that's why this kit costs so much more than the test and training kit. But a customer could either buy it from me, so you could buy it from me and that would be a total price for you of, and I don't remember the euro price. 396 euros. Or we could do it a little bit different, and that is to buy like products for a 6 months order. So you buy the first kit and then 6 months, and then I can save you 1951 Norwegian kroner. So many euros do you save?
247.
247 euros on the initial order. So you only pay 149 euros the initial order. So that's a little bit cheaper than the partner. And then you get the product every month for 29 euros plus shipping. Does that sound better to try that? And my promise to you is if you then come with the contacts, so if you say, well, my mom would be interested, then I'll contact your mom and I'll help you get her as a customer. And if you come with 4 of those, your 29 euros a month will be free. So the only thing you pay in the end is 6 euros and 50 cents for the shipping. So which one of these 2 would you like to try today?
Well, I will take this one.
Okay, perfect. And then he turned into a customer. So then I gave up my approach on that.
Question, do you always try to close the partner at the first meeting?
Yes.
Okay, so that's your number 1 priority.
No. My number 1 priority is to make a good feeling for the person.
Yeah, okay.
But I always ask for the answer there and then. Because if we think about a cycle, a year, how many weeks is there in a year?
52.
52. So if between the first meeting and the second meeting, there is an average of how much time usually? Not what we write in the Express Start, but what
1
it ends
week.
up being in reality.
2 weeks.
It's like 1 to 2 weeks. So now all of a sudden our year is cut down into 26 cycles. So if he started, and everybody started that way, it's 26 cycles.
Mm-hmm.
But if he says yes in the first meeting, what happens then?
It just gets faster.
Well, then I've got 365 cycles of a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I get much more value out of my year if he says yes immediately, because then we'll do the startup meeting the next day and so on. So if he said, well, I got to think about it, read about it, I say, perfect, no problems. Let me just get my phone. It's laying over here, and I just want to take a look in my calendar on when we could meet again. Do you have your phone with you? Do you have your calendar as well? So let's open our calendars and see when we can find a match where your wife will test the coffee and stuff like that. If that's convenient for her, otherwise we just meet again. Would you open the calendar so we can find? So I see that I'm pretty busy. Well, you're probably pretty busy too. But I see that I could, and I really wanted to find an opening tomorrow. Do you have an opening tomorrow?
No, it's this week I'm busy.
Okay, so is there anywhere we could squeeze in something tomorrow? Let's look at our calendars. So I actually let them show me the calendar, and then he can't say that, because the only time they will say that is if the calendar isn't open. Because if they look at the calendar and they see that they're open, they will not lie. If the calendar is closed, they might push it way into the future.
But if they say, no, I don't have in here, it's home.
Okay, then I just have to go with that. So sometimes we have to leave with that. And I said, oh, okay, so before we go home, are you sure you didn't want to take the test immediately and get started right now?
Yeah, I take it.
Yeah, okay. So
What if in getting partner he says that he needs to think it over?
no, but that's when I book it to the next day as soon as I can. Normally people drink coffee, so my closing on the second look is, because I made an anchor here when they drink coffee. Then I say, well, I promised you that you would get to try the coffee. So that's how I close. That's the exact
Well,
line.
he said, like you said, like I need to think it over like 1 or 2 weeks.
Well, if I have that happen so seldom because I don't, because I close in then with the 2 questions, so they're going to choose 3 products or the business. That's, you didn't have a closing. That's why I said that. I need to think it over because I wasn't closed. So I close with the 2 questions. If they say, well, I need 1 to 2 weeks, I'd say, okay, that's fine. But I promised you to try the coffee, and I think the coffee is an important part of the business. So would it be possible to meet just to try the coffee, like even tomorrow or the day after tomorrow? Would that be possible? That's how I would get them. And then, of course, what is there really to think about for 1 to 2 weeks? It's just that they don't want to take the decision now.
Yes.
So then I say, I want to deliver on my promise before you take the decision. We got to try the coffee. Because I said it's the best tasting coffee, and I think you should judge for yourself. Could you agree?
Can I jump in and just say one thing? Like obviously, if drinking the coffee isn't an option, I would say that during this presentation you've seen what it is, but I haven't really shown you how we do it yet. So what I'd really love to do is that I'd love to meet you tomorrow to just tell a little bit more about actually how we work the business. And then you could, if you need more time to think, that's perfectly fine. But then at least you get the chance to actually see the full picture.
One question. You tell the business and you have to partner start packets in open in when he can see that it's
yeah. I go through it. I want him to see. I don't pitch him, so I want to go through this before he's going to make any decisions, so that he knows all of the information.
No, I don't mean that.
What about some people are asking like, okay, I want to know more what's in it in the lean shake, because now we should have all the ingredient list in here. Now we need to print it again.
Just one second, let's take for a question.
You tell this one, you start into business DDD, this is here.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be here.
Okay, I want to.
It's just, no, I wouldn't show that one. I think actually it was laying like this, but I don't know. It should not be open. Ingredient list and all of that. Well, if we get questions about that when we are presenting the business, then we know that we gave too much product information in our business presentation. So we trigger those questions. That's why I don't talk about it here. I just say we get this, and then I say, and of course, when you get your products, we'll go through all of that information later on.
And also to just repeat, this product catalog that we currently have, unfortunately, it's not updated, okay? So that's one of the targets now for the annual event, is to update the catalog, get it simplified, put in all the products, and then on the side, we're gonna have the little brochure that are actually showing the customer demonstration.
And just 1 second, and then just to the specific of your questions, if that, well, before I can decide on the bigger kits, I need to get the information about the lean shake. I said, perfect, I'd love to give that to you. When is your calendar open? Let's meet again, because my next presentation is starting, because usually I have a meeting afterwards. And I don't want to talk them out of the feeling there and then. So then I book a new meeting, and we go through the business, and we look at the products, and we close them in next meeting.
But
you
can
have something and then it's...
Yeah, but can it be in here? Is it
It's going to come in that one in the
future. Okay, so we don't need the product sheets printed.
No, we want as few things as possible.
Yeah.
Cash.
Oren, what would have happened if he wouldn't have shown the signs of buying the partner kit? What would have happened in the end?
Well, then I would say, well, as we talked about in the beginning, you like making money, And what you were working today as a postman? Was that what you worked with?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So if you would get to an income like this, would that be exciting for you?
Yeah, but it's very hard, of course.
Of course, it's hard. I mean, but it's a nice life if you had 12,000 euros a month. Could you agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to repeat for you what it takes, and I think you also mentioned that you like traveling. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you get to these levels here, we even include free trips and stuff like that. And I know you from just sitting here the last hour that you're a pretty social person and you like meeting people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in reality, how we get to this, look at that. How we get to this is that you were first doing these steps where we trained you. So you got to know how the business, and then you got your products free, and you made some money. Is that clear?
Yeah.
And then we helped 4 people do the exact same here. And already then you're making an extra income of 700 euros a month. So that's quite a bit of money, could you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we helped then your 4 friends that became salespeople to then actually also get their products free. And they also made some initial money and they got training. And it's through the duplication of that we one day could come here. So if you would hit something like this, even 10 years from now, would it be good?
Yes.
So then let me ask you just in the end here. You said you wanted to take the test. So you already have to spend the money for that. And if you take the test, it would be kind of illogical not to try the product and take a second test. Do you agree on that?
Yeah.
So there is 2 options really. That's either to become a customer, where as I promised you, I would do all the work on getting the products free for you every month, or you become a partner, where in the beginning we would make money and I would do the work together with you to then actually make money. So right now, are you in the Cincino for free category as customer, or would you like to go out and do a business together with me and your friend and make money at the same time as you get free products? And maybe one day get to at least 700 euros a month, maybe even more than that. Would that be interesting to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so which of these kits does it work for you to start with? So you see how I use what I've gone through in the presentation earlier to answer their questions. That's the whole thing. And of course, I close 80–90% of my presentations. So I don't expect the new silver to do that. I expect them to close 1/3. So presentation skills will be good. But everyone in this room, if you learn to do it like this, it's so easy to answer every question, because all you do is that you go back between these pages and the offer, and between there you have all the information you need.
And what would you recommend now, because we widely use the both, like, for example?
I would recommend you to book 10 personal meetings
and try
and do this presentation like this 10 times. And if you find it to be more effective, then implement it. If you find it to be less effective, I'll fly over to Finland and do it for you 10 times to prove to you that it's more effective.
Sounds great. Sounds like you just restart.
It doesn't work in Denmark. Ambassador finally coming.
So making it simpler and making it duplicatable, but it starts in the core group. If we now threw this out to the edge and say, do this presentation this way now, well, they wouldn't be successful on that, because now they're going to that. So we got to have the confidence and belief first that this is really working for us.
So you are willing to come to Finland and close 9 out of 10 of my friends?
Absolutely. With your friends, I do 10 out of 10.
Good deal.
Yeah, that's a deal.
I have had no presentations in Finland with you that we didn't close so far.
5 years ago we did it very well.
You can order come also.
No, Manu comes to you after he's trained.
I just wanted to ask about you don't go through like how long does it take on average for people in your team to have reached those levels?
No, because those things always bites your tail in the end. Because if you say it takes 3 months to become executive or 1 year to become